Hi guys, this is Colin here, and today I'm going to tell summary for these new 5 Numberblock episodes this week. So, at the beginning of this new episode and the new Numberblocks is 20. He was 10 by 2, and then he liked to dance. He has a top hat. He has a cane, and some people think that he has a watch, but I do not know if he's a super rectangle, but he can do dances, and he got 2 10s. And the tap dancing is in. When 20 was saying that he has 2 10s, and then when he has 0 1s, the 0 just came out of the ones placed out of nowhere, and people are confused. And at the end, they just combine to 20 or 10 2s or 2 10s. So when Numberblock 20 just has his cane on the drop his cane on the floor while holding it, the video ended. And the next episode was called Tall Stories. 1 and 2 15 it was sleeping, and they're gonna have chapters 16 to 20. So at chapter 16, 6 was amusing you guys. Numberblock 16, she was a squirrel, so they added 10 and 6, and then they made 16, and then 16 went to tell something to you guys that Numberblock 9, his favorite story is Goldilocks and the 3 squirrels, and then 1 and 4 was sitting at the table. And the next chapter was chapter 17. He was painting something, and he paints 17 things and then 1 just took up the border and put it on the new one. But 17 doesn't know what to paint next, so he painted 17 once, and then the painting just moved, and then they made 17 and they talked. But in real life, the painting would not move. So on next chapter is 18. He was built for speed. And then 14 was reporting the video, but he was a reporter. But 14 told 18 to watch out because he knows that he might hit the tunnel. And then he bent over to go under the tunnel so he wouldn't get hit, and then he stopped there. In chapter 19, it's about the crazy shapes. So 19 was making kinds of crazy shapes, and 2 and 3 wants to see 19's crazy shapes, like a helicopter or a teapot, an elephant, and something else. And on chapter 20, he was made out of 2 10s and 10 2s. And he said good night to all Numberblocks that they're sleeping. And the next episode is Flights of Fancy. So the Earth was planet 1, and people would say that the sun is a star, but I would predict that it was planet 0, but it's not because it's a sun, but let's predict that. So they were counting tens, and then they counted one more. And then planet 16 had wings, but it was a square planet made of square things. And when 11 landed onto his planet, he found fellow space cadets to play soccer with him. Then when 12 was going up to her planet, she found an island, and then she meditated. Then when 13 got up to his planet, he made an echo and said his name, and then split into 10 and 3 again and again, and that was so crazy. And then when he skated on these things, the fellow space cadets cheered for him. And when 15 landed on her planet, she could call it stepward, and then she climbed on the stairs with her blocks. And the next planet was planet 16, like I said. 16 just found everything squared. And on planet 17 just painted the sunrise or the sunset. Or when 18 got onto his planet, he had a way display loophole on his planet. He changed shapes sometimes. He likes to go on it all day. And on planet 19, she found crazy shapes to copy it. And on planet 20, I do not know why it's so small, but 10 twos can dance on it. And the next episode was we can count to 20, but in the previous episode, I forgot to tell that 10's mind is saying it in the video too. And the next episode was we can count to 20, or I can count to 20. So the Numberblocks were singing it too, and then 20 just made up a song and say, and he said when he can light up his blocks, but the Numberblocks can do it with the bouncy blobs, and they counted them. And then afterwards, they just changed their color. The Numberblocks did, and then 20's nose just appeared, but then vanished. But the Numberblocks can count it the bigger than his nose, with the fingers and toes. And when other Numberblocks tried to count themselves, the Numberblocks said that they could do them in a silly voice. Is it 1 to 10's voice was squeaky, but after 7 said his name, he just stops talking. And then 11 to 15, from 11 to 15, they'll sound very like men's. But do you know what's messed up? In some of you guys' videos, there was a loading screen. And if you don't want to see that, put it on 2 times speed. But when it continues, click normal to continue. And when after 13 says his name, he splits into 10 and 3. And 16 to 20's voice is loud when they count themselves. Then Numberblock 1 said to count backwards to make it a lot of fun, and then they just did it. Then 20 just counted chickens, but there was 10 chickens, but with 20 legs in total, and they can poop out 2 eggs. And then they cracked, and there was 20 half eggs, and then there were 20 chicks and 20 houses, but each of 2 houses is hanging on a hook. Then the twos started count to 20, but 3 was whining about counting herself, but there was steps of 4 and 5, and then then in between them, the Numberblocks can count the sheep's leg and the star's leg, and then they just counted up whatever's name is the purple pentagon. They had 20 legs, and then Numberblock 3 finally plans to count to 3, but and there was already Numberblock 21, but it was their debut, and they could look different in their episode, and they counted to 21, and they did an outro, and the next episode was called, it was Heist, but in the definition it means thief, but 16 to 21 thieves, but when 16 didn't pull out these 4 keys at the same time, she uses her skill sheet for the 4 fours. So when 17 breaks up to 10 and 7 just tapped in the code, but 10 looks at the robot god, and then the robot god was about to tickle someone. 7 just panicked, but and 7 is lucky, so he doesn't have laughing gas. So when they entered in the number museum, 18 just flew to the hand and got stuck, but they split into double 9, and then the 9
sneeze. The double 9 sneeze.
Yeah, that's true. And the Numberblock ones turned off the alarm. Then 19 found a laser maze, and then when she goes through it, but 20 closed the door and the robot gods saw it, and then they used their eyes, and then 10 and 9 just looked like a funny statue, and then they sighed in relief. And then when 20 saw the golden infinity, 16 came to grab it, but the alert came, and then the 20 robot gods came because they think that she
getting the golden infinity, but getting one teddy bear,
and she cannot sleep without it. And that is all of the Numberblock summary. And that was a 13+ minute video. I know it was a long summary, but next week on the 16th, I'm going to tell you about these 5 new Numberblocks summary. So I hope you watch these videos.
And please leave a like and subscribe.
Yeah, and also I couldn't put any music in there because that would take a long time. So, see you on the 16th, and bye and subscribe. Also,
and leave a like.
Yeah, and
share this.
If I have a chance to upload the other videos before the 16th, please press the notification bell, okay? Bye.
Bye.